Starbucks Corporation is an American coffee company and coffeehouse chain. Starbucks was founded in Seattle, Washington, in 1971. As of early 2019, the company operates over 30,000 locations worldwide. Starbucks has been described as the main representative of second wave coffee, a retrospectively termed movement that popularized artisanal coffee, particularly darkly roasted coffee. Since the 2000s, third-wave coffee makers have targeted quality-minded coffee drinkers with handmade coffee-based lighter roasts. While Starbucks now uses automated espresso machines for efficiency and safety reasons, Starbucks locations serve hot and cold drinks, whole bean coffee, micro-ground instant coffee known as Via espresso, cafe latte, full and loose leaf teas including Teavana tea products, Evolution fresh juices, Frappuccino beverages, La Boulange pastries, and snacks, including items such as chips and crackers. Some offerings, including their annual fall launch of the pumpkin spice latte, are seasonal or specific to the locality of the store. Many stores sell pre-packaged food items, hot and cold sandwiches, and drinkware including mugs and tumblers. Select Starbucks evenings, locations offering beer, wine, and appetizers. Starbucks branded coffee, ice cream, and bottled cold coffee drinks are also sold at grocery stores. Starbucks first became profitable in Seattle in the early 1980s. Despite an initial economic downturn with its expansion into the Midwest and British Columbia in the late 1980s, the company experienced revitalized prosperity with its entry into California in the early 1990s. The first Starbucks location outside North America opened in Tokyo in 1996. Overseas properties now constitute almost one-third of its stores. The company opened an average of 2 new daily locations between 1987 and 2007. In 2010, the company began its Starbucks Reserve program for single-origin coffees and high-end coffee shops. Starbucks operates 6 roasteries with tasting rooms and 43 coffee bars as part of the program. In November 2019, the world's largest Starbucks opened in Chicago on the Magnificent Mile as the 6th roastery location. On December 1, 2016, Howard Schultz announced he would resign as effective CEO April 2017 and would be replaced by Kevin Johnson. Johnson assumed the role of CEO on April 3, 2017. And retired Howard Schultz to become Chairman Emeritus effective June 26, 2018. Founding the first Starbucks was opened in Seattle, Washington, on March 31, 1971, by 3 partners who met while they were students at the University of San Francisco: English teacher Jerry Baldwin, history professor Zev Siegel, and writer Gordon Boker were inspired to sell high-quality coffee beans and equipment by coffee roasting entrepreneur Alfred Peet after he taught them his style of roasting beans. Boker recalls that Terry Heckler, with whom Boker owned an advertising agency, thought words beginning with "Saint" were powerful. The founders brainstormed a list of words beginning with "Saint" and eventually landed on Starbo, mining town in the Cascade Range. From there, the group remembered Starbuck, the name of the chief mate in the Moby Dick book. Boker said, "Moby Dick didn't have anything to do with Starbucks directly. It was only coincidental that the sound seemed to make sense." The first Starbucks store was located in Seattle at 2000 Western Avenue from 1971 to 1976. This cafe was later moved to 1912 Pike Place. During this time, the company only sold roasted whole coffee beans and did not yet brew coffee to sell. During their first year of operation, they purchased green coffee beans from Peet's, then started buying directly from growers. Sale and expansion at Chinese-style Starbucks in Chinatown, Manhattan, New York in 1984. The original owners of Starbucks, led by Jerry Baldwin, purchased Peet's. During the 1980s, total U.S. coffee sales were falling, but specialty coffee sales increased, forming 10% of the market in 1989, compared with 3% in 1983. By 1986, the company operated 6 stores in Seattle and had only just started to sell espresso coffee. In 1987, the original owners sold the Starbucks chain to former manager Howard Schultz, who rebranded his Il Giornale coffee outlets as Starbucks and quickly began to expand. In the same year, Starbucks opened its first locations outside Seattle at Waterfront Station in Vancouver, British Columbia, and Chicago, Illinois. By 1989, 46 stores existed across the Northwest and Midwest, and annually Starbucks was roasting over 2 million pounds of coffee. At the time of its initial public offering on the stock market in June 1992, Starbucks had 140 outlets, with a revenue of US $73.5 million, up from US $1.3 million in 1987. The company's market value was US $271 million by this time. The 12% portion of the company that was sold raised around US $25 million for the company, which facilitated a doubling of the number of stores over the next 2 years. By September 1992, Starbucks' share price had risen by 70% to over 100 times the earnings per share of the previous year. In July 2013, over 10% of in-store purchases were made on customers' mobile devices using the Starbucks app. The company once again used the mobile platform when it launched the Tweet a Coffee promotion in October 2013. On this occasion, the promotion also involved Twitter, and customers were able to purchase a US $5 gift card for a friend by entering both @TweetACoffee and the friend's handle in a tweet. Keyhole research firm monitored the progress of the campaign in a December 6, 2013, media article reported that the firm had found that 27,000 people had participated in US $180,000 of purchases were made to date. As of 2018, Starbucks has ranked 132nd on the Fortune 500 list of the largest United States corporations by revenue. In July 2019, Starbucks reported fiscal third-quarter net income of $1.37 billion, or $1.12 per share, up from $852.5 million, or 61 cents per share, a year earlier. The company's market value of $110.2 billion increased by 41% in mid-2019. Earnings per share in Q3 were recorded 78 cents, well above the forecast of 72 cents.